In 2023, the DC Extended Universe released their long-awaited Flash film, and it was a flop. Aside from the crappy CGI and mid-writing, its final act left me feeling confused. A core theme of this film is the idea of certain aspects of our lives being unchangeable, that no matter how hard you try, you can't fix certain things. This is exemplified with the hero's battle against Zod and his Kryptonian army. At least the film attempts this, but like many of its other aspects, the film fails to make the final battle appear unwinnable. Instead of creating a situation where no amount of planning or effort could change the outcome, the movie just makes the characters fight poorly and ignore obvious solutions. That's not an unwinnable fight, that's just bad decision making. To make the battle truly impossible to win, the movie needed to take away any real chance of victory. Right now it's just two speedsters, a half-powered Supergirl, and Batman in a jet taking on a small Kryptonian squad. The odds aren't great, but they are far from hopeless. The fight feels like something they could have won if they had just been smarter about it. A real no-win scenario starts with Zod not arriving with just a few soldiers, but with an entire Kryptonian invasion force. Instead of a handful of enemies, there are thousands. Instead of landing in one location, they spread out across the world, attacking cities, military bases, and key infrastructure all at once. Now, Barry isn't just trying to win a single fight, he is dealing with a full-scale planetary invasion. Even if Barry manages to kill Zod, it wouldn't matter. The Kryptonians would still be here, wrecking everything. There is no single weak point, no one moment where everything could turn around. It's not about fighting smarter or harder, it's about being completely outmatched. The World Engine also needed to be a much bigger threat. In Man of Steel, Superman barely destroyed one, and it nearly killed him in the process. Instead of just one, Zod should have deployed multiple across the planet, each one reshaping the environment and making Earth uninhabitable. Even if Barry figures out how to stop one, the others are still operating somewhere else. No matter how many times he rewinds, he can never destroy them all fast enough. At this point, Barry is stuck with an impossible choice. He can try to fight an overwhelming Kryptonian army, which he physically does not have the strength to beat, or he can focus on the world engines, which he is not fast enough to destroy before Earth becomes unlivable. No matter what he chooses, he is losing ground. Every second wasted means more destruction. Every failed attempt just puts him further behind. On top of that, Zod needs to be more than just a strong opponent. If this is supposed to be an unwinnable fight, he has to be smart enough to shut down Barry's only advantage. The second he realizes Barry can rewind time, he should start adapting. Maybe Kryptonian technology allows him to detect when time has been altered. Maybe he starts setting traps or forcing Barry into scenarios where rewinding doesn't help. With each attempt, Barry is not just struggling against stronger enemies, but against an opponent who is learning from his every move. At a certain point, Barry's biggest strength, his ability to retry the fight, should start failing. The more he manipulates time, the more unstable the timeline becomes. Maybe paradoxes start forming, making things worse instead of better. Maybe reality itself starts breaking apart. Maybe the Speed Force rejects him, preventing him from going back any further. Now even the thing that was supposed to give him infinite chances is turning against him. That is how you make the fight truly unwinnable. It is not about making the characters fail because they forgot their abilities or made bad choices. It is about creating a situation where there is no path to victory. No matter what Barry does, the invasion is too large, the destruction is too fast, and time travel itself becomes useless. Every attempt to fix things only leads to more failure. If the movie had done this, its message about inevitability would have actually made sense. Instead, the fight they gave us was one that could have been won, if only the characters had thought things through.